Welcome to this video. In our previous video, we learned to solve the quadratic equation
by completing the square method.
Today, in this video, we will learn to solve the quadratic equation by using the quadratic formula. We know that this is a general form of the quadratic equation.
To solve this equation by completing the square method,
first, we divide the equation by a to make the coefficient of x to the power 2 as 1. Then,
to make a perfect square, we divide the
coefficient of x and increase it to 2 powers. We will add and subtract the value obtained into the equation so that the equation is balanced. This is equation 2. On solving equation 2, we get b to the power of 2 minus 4ac upon 4a to the power of 2 on the right side. And by expressing the left side as the square of a binomial, we get this form of the equation. What do we need to solve this equation? We find the square root of the equation,
keeping in mind that in the right side of the equation, we put a positive and negative sign.
Because when we square 3 and negative 3, we get positive 9. But when we take the square root of 9, then positive and negative 3 are obtained. So on solving equation 3, we get this equation. Now keeping the variable x to the left, the constant term b over 2a moved to the right side. On simplifying this, we can see that we get x is equal to minus b plus or minus root of b square minus 4ac by 2a, which is represented in equation 4. If b to the power of 2 minus 4ac is greater than and equal to 0, then this gives two real roots of the quadratic equation ax to the power of 2 plus bx plus c equals 0. And if b to the power of 2 minus 4ac is smaller than 0, then the real roots are not obtained. Therefore, to find the roots of any quadratic equation, we can use this formula, which is called the quadratic formula. Can you tell which Indian mathematician had successfully tried to find the quadratic formula? The quadratic equation was solved by the mathematician Sridharacharya, which is called the quadratic formula or Sridharacharya formula. In this video, we learned to solve the quadratic equation by using the quadratic formula. In the next video, we will see some examples related to it. Welcome to this video. In the previous video, we learned about quadratic formula. Today, we will see some examples based on it.
Tarun spent 4 hours on a ship where the water flow was 3 kilometers per hour and the ship ran 20 kilometers downstream and 20 kilometers upstream. When he came back, he sees the captain writing some math equation on paper. When he asks him, "What are you doing?" then the captain said that the ship's speedometer is damaged. So he is trying to know the speed of the ship. Will you help the captain in determining the speed of the ship?
First, let's assume that the speed of the ship is x kilometers per hour. According to the example, the flow of water is 3 kilometers per hour, where the speed of the ship favorable to the stream is equal to x plus 3 kilometers per hour, and the speed of the ship unfavorable to the stream is equal to x minus 3 kilometers per hour. The ship moves 20 kilometers favorable to the stream and 20 kilometers against the stream. So the time taken by the ship to go favorable to the stream is equal to 20 by x plus 3, and the time taken to go against the stream is equal to 20 by x minus 3. According to the question, Tarun spent 4 hours on the ship. That is, by simplifying the above equation, we get 40x equal to 4x to the power of 2 minus 36. It is denoted by equation 1, which is a quadratic equation. You must remember what did we do in the previous video to solve this type of question. Well done. For this, compare equation 1 with the general quadratic equation, where a equals 4 and b equals minus 40 and c equals negative 36. Place the values of a, b and c in the quadratic formula that is in equation 2 and solve. On solving, we get x equals 5 plus and minus 5.83. That is, x equals minus 0.83 or x equals 10.83. Because x is the speed of current, therefore it cannot be negative. Hence, we leave the value x equals minus 0.83. So we get from x equals 10.83 that the speed of the ship is 10.83 kilometers per hour. Today, in this video, we learn to solve a quadratic equation by the quadratic formula. In the following video, we will see what can be some common mistakes while solving these types of questions. Welcome to this video. In the previous video, we saw examples of quadratic equations based on the quadratic formula. Now, we will see what common mistakes we do while solving quadratic equations by the quadratic formula. Two car drivers drive on two perpendicular paths from a city at 20 kilometers per hour and 40 kilometers per hour respectively. The second car driver starts the journey an hour later than the first. Can you tell after how long the distance between the two will be 100 kilometers? Pause the video while solving the question and then match your answer. Let us express the given information in algebraic form. Hopefully, you have also made the same quadratic equation. Find the time taken by the driver using the quadratic equation. First of all, we will write the values of a, b and c by comparison
To the standard quadratic equation.
where the value of a is 5, the value of b is negative 8 and the value of c is negative 21. By solving all the values in the quadratic formula, by taking the positive sign, we get the value of t as 3, and by negative sign t as negative 1.4. You know that time is never negative, so the value of t will be 3. That is, the first car driver will take 3 hours to cover the distance, and the second driver, which was delayed by 1 hour compared to the first driver, will take 2 hours. Hence, option 3 is the correct answer. If you have selected option 2, this is a good try, but it is the wrong answer. Because when you compare the values of a, b, and c in the quadratic formulas with the quadratic equation 1,
you forget to put the signs of these values
and solve the question with the same values. Here, we solve b to the power 2 minus 4ac. So the values are less than 0, which does not give the real time, because of which your answer is wrong. If you have selected option 1, it is a good try, but this is also the wrong answer, because you have written a positive b instead of a negative b in the quadratic formula, and solve the question based on that. Because of which your answer is wrong. So hopefully, you must have understood why the third option is right in this example and why the other options are wrong. Teachers can also test the understanding of students in the class with the help of some such examples.